So we've got something very special for you today. To start the year off, we've got a 996 911 Carrera. So what makes this car even more special is its connection to the silver screen. The 996 inspired Sally from the Disney Pixar movie Cars. So without any further delay, let's dive into the design, the performance and everything else in between. Alright, so the 996 Carrera is a complete redesign from the 993, which is the predecessor and all the other Porsches that came before that. The reason being, the 996 is a complete redesign. They got rid of the circular headlamps, the air-cooled engine and a bunch of other stuff. 996, 911 fans don't like this headlight because it shares the same headlight from the Boxster from the same era. The reason being, they wanted, the design team and Porsche wanted to save development costs for the 911s to make it more affordable and also reliable. Now, of course, Porsche fans complain, 911 fans complain that why would they share the same headlight from a Boxster being the cheaper model. Now, despite that, there are a bunch of pros to this, meaning bunch of pros to sharing the same components from the 986 Boxster. Making this car extremely reliable. These have 100,000 plus miles easily, and also the owner just said that this car is extremely reliable. Now, without any further delay, let's move on to the engine of the car. So the 996 came as a coupe, a convertible and a Targa. Now, this is a coupe, of course, the only one in the country. Now, diving into the engine bay, the Mark 1 996s came with a 3.4 litre naturally aspirated flat 6. Of course, Carrera being a flat 6. Producing around 300 horsepower. The Mark 2, of course, producing around 320 horsepower. This is a Mark 1, so 300 horsepower. 0 to 100 in about 5.2 seconds. And unfortunately, we can't open this because there is an electrical issue, which is also a common issue in the 996, which we will again get into later on. And also, there's this one common issue in every 996 is that the IMS, it's called the intermediate bearing, which goes, and all the debris in that bearing goes into the engine bay, which results in an engine rebuild. So that's one of the major issues in a 996. So if you want to own a 996, not in Sri Lanka, of course, less of a chance, but if you are somewhere else in the world, if you want to own a 996, you might be able, you might have to proactively change the bearing. You'll be good. It only costs like $1,000.
Porsche at the time of production for the 996 took aid from Toyota, a leading car manufacturer at the time, and still is, to basically help with improving the production efficiency of the 996. And yeah, also another fun fact, I mean, if you all didn't know, and maybe you all do or maybe you all don't, but I think Oshan forgot to mention in the back when he was talking about the engine, is that this is the first ever water-cooled Porsche. And the only reason for that is because of the strict emission regulations that was imposed at the time. Is the only reason why Porsche switched to water-cooled from air-cooled engines. And another good reason for water-cooled engines is that it also boosts the performance. It improves performance. Okay, I'm sat in the interior of the stunning 996 or Sally Carrera, as Sally, as we all know and love. Fun little fact for you. So this model of the 996 911 is the first ever to be produced on an assembly line and not hand built like its previous generations and models out there. And that's a fun little fact for you. But now, moving on to the interior, my first impressions are that it's very retro, yet modern in its own quirky little way, and 4-spoke steering wheel. It's leather wrapped, obviously, and you have your it's auto. You have your Tiptronic, your upshift and downshift buttons on the left and right, your basic stocks. And moving up to the cluster, the speedometer goes in very weird increments, like as Porsche does as usual: 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 and 300 kilometers per hour. So yeah, it has weird increments, but that's about it. It revs to about 7,000. You have your battery voltmeter, you have your temperature gauge, fuel gauge, you have your oil gauge, and everything. It also has a bit of digitalness and modernness to it, right below the analog cluster. Now also this. Now in some cases, people opt for a PCCM, Porsche Classic Communication Management. Thank you, Ashan. That particular system is basically used to modernize your car by allowing you to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. But this one obviously doesn't have it. Instead, it has your a really retro setup with your AC controls right down, your shifter, and yeah, you are like, are they semi-bucket seats? I feel like they are semi-bucket seats.
But they hold you in place.
But they definitely hold you in place, and this car goes, man. We've seen it go, and it goes. You have your wider mirrors and all that good stuff. Compartment storage space is it's a Porsche. It's not that much, and you shouldn't really expect for much from one of these. But yeah, it's pretty decent, comfortable. But now, hold on, Oshan. Maybe if you like, just follow me to the back here, dude. Okay, perfect. Oh shit. Okay, so come over here. Dude, look at the rear seats. Like, take a look at the rear seats. Look at how tight and cramped up that is.
It's a Porsche.
And the headroom. Look at the headroom, dude. It's terrible. Like, apparently for a real tall person, you struggle. That's what the owner said. And minor details would be if you maybe look over here, the Carrera etched onto the aluminium here. And this color is almost the same as the color from same as Sally.
Yeah.
Is it similar? What do you think? Quite similar, right? Yeah. You have a sunroof, which is obviously nice. Okay, now that the interior is sorted out, let's talk about the side profile of the 996 once again. So in front, it's got some Mac fearsome struts, and in the rear, it's got a multi-link suspension. And to complement that, it also has an aero kit straight from Porsche OEM plus. And that counts the wheels, the spoiler, the side skirts, and yeah, and the front bumper as well.
That's a wrap for the 996 Carrera.
You're supposed to call me out, but okay.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, and our first ever video for 2024.
Oh yeah, by the way, Happy New Year, guys. Hope you all had a fun Christmas and a happy
New Year. Okay. Yeah. So we would like to thank Lightning McQueen for sending Sally.
Yeah, actually, yeah, pretty much. Lightning McQueen, thank you. But no, beautiful car once again.
And the only one in the country too.
Only coupe in the country. We also have a 4S one, which is which has four-wheel drive, and the 2S one, which is a
we have a 4S, a 2S.
Not 2S one. It's called 2C.
2C convertible. Yes.
2C convertible. Yeah. So that's a two-wheel drive, and it's the only coupe in the country. So we are
and a Grand Civic.
Yeah, in the background. Yeah. Anyway, so huge thank you to the owner once again for taking his time off to bring the car out for us. And yeah, we'll see you guys.
And also follow us on Instagram at Streets of Ceylon. Click the
links in description, pretty much, guys. And
TikTok.
And TikTok. Yeah, we upload some good content. Our photographer Sheehan and Hamad will be uploading will be taking some good pictures for us, so that you all can check out on our page and their page. Links in the description down below. But that's pretty much it. And yeah,
we'll see you guys soon.
Hopefully. Soon and not in 3 months. We might have a bunch of cool cars lined up though. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So see you guys in the next one. Streets of Ceylon signing out.